stocks ain't dead. It's not just about crypto. It's only because you aren't buying the right stock. So we've added to PayPal and we're going to tell you why. Before we get into the video, just want you to pause right now and go and like the video, send it to one person, at least one person, and come back.
1, 2, 3. That's it.
PayPal is an online payment system. It's that simple. Talk about the stock info.
Yeah, so they trade under the NASDAQ, under the ticker PYPL. Their 52-week range is between $139 to $309. And their price at the time of recording is $248.
That's fine. That's all right. That's a good,
Yeah,
right in the middle of the
52-week range. Yeah.
All right, I'll take you through the financials, right? So in 2019, they brought in $17.7 billion dollars it is, and that now went up in 2020 to $21 billion, and that's just revenue. That's what they brought in. Now I want to talk about profits. Yeah, they brought in exactly 2.4 million, well around 2.4 billion, dollars in 2019, and that also rose, even doubled to $4.2 billion in 2020.
During the pandemic.
Bro, people are buying online.
Listen, people are buying.
People are really spending.
People want to protect their details, so they're using PayPal.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the main reason why we initially started using PayPal. If you don't want to insert your bank details,
I can't lie, it's just long to type in your bank details.
It also is long as well.
So just type in your email and password.
And that's it. Yeah.
So that's it. Cool. So now the juicy bit. Yeah,
we're gonna you've been waiting for.
That's it. The pros and cons as to why you should look into the stock, or maybe 50-50. You get me? So let's go to the first one. What's your first pro for buying the stock?
Yeah, so PayPal, they're innovative. Rather than staying behind and not keeping up to date with their competitors, they've decided to update their features for people in America.
Okay.
America is like
that's the main market.
That's the main market, innit? So they've looked at what Square are doing, one of their major rivals. And Square have implemented a crypto trading feature on their app.
Okay.
So PayPal have done the same thing as well.
That makes sense.
And it just shows that they ain't trying to be left behind, especially as one of the big names in the market who had first mover advantage. They don't want their share of the market to go to Square.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Adding to that, which is pro number 2, the fact that they're really innovating. And they've now pushed into the credit space, so they're now offering credit to their users. So right now, if you log into your PayPal, you see an option to apply for PayPal credit, where when you want to buy something on, let's say, eBay, you can buy the item and pay in 4 installments, or pay like 6 months later without getting charged. I mean,
so that thing could be chilling in your yard, and you haven't paid for the full thing.
You haven't paid for it. You're really enjoying the
benefits.
Drinking the benefits. Yeah. So back to the serious note. So PayPal is really innovating, and they've brought on credit. They really want to target all aspects of like the fintech space.
Yeah, so they have to do that because when you look at other firms like Klarna, who also entered the space, Klarna have really said, you can do buy now, pay later.
And you know what? Klarna is actually quite a big name now. Like, bear man talk about Klarna. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of the sites that you go to offer Klarna.
Yeah, so, ASOS,
Boohoo, all of these.
PLT. I don't know about PLT.
But all of these places offer Klarna now. So if PayPal, as again one of the first big names in the market, didn't offer or didn't innovate,
if they didn't innovate to offer
buy now pay later kind of thing,
they would have fell behind.
So
that makes sense. What's the third pro as to why we should be looking at PayPal?
Listen, your mum, your dad, your uncle, your auntie know about PayPal.
It's actually that real. Like, it's actually that real. Everyone knows about PayPal.
Everyone knows about PayPal. They're a well-established brand. Even if you want to avoid it, you can't.
Pretty much. I'll say like 50% of websites that you go to buy something, you'll see a PayPal.
You see PayPal. You see PayPal.
It's true.
So it's a thing where they're such a well-established brand. I wouldn't even say just in Europe. I would say globally, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Globally.
PayPal's
They ain't going anywhere soon.
PayPal's not going anywhere soon. If you buy the stock, your money's going to be safe for a while. Yeah.
That's what we believe.
I'm not going to say forever because anything can happen. But for a good while, PayPal stock should be up there still.
Established brand.
Those are the pros, and now we're going to take you through some of the cons as to why PayPal could be a potential risk, right? So, con number 1, hit us up.
Listen, their relationship with eBay has been on and off.
That toxic relationship.
Toxic relationship. Listen.
So explain, like, what's the issue with PayPal?
So eBay used to be the parent company for PayPal.
Okay.
And they've decided to separate from PayPal. Well, that separation happened a while ago, but as of recent, they decided to no longer offer PayPal services at all on their platform. They're saying if you've got a PayPal account, basically you need to update your details on eBay and provide your own bank account details. Yeah. So for me, that is something that PayPal have to consider when they're trying to gain new customers, because they're going to lose a lot of customers that were using their services through eBay.
A lot of people only know about PayPal through eBay.
Through eBay, yeah.
So that's a big chunk.
Yeah. Gone. Just like that, it's gone. So
Time will tell as to how they recover from that.
Yeah.
So let's
even if they lose that many customers that we feel like they will.
So con number 2 is the fact that the whole fintech space is just very, very like easy to get into. Like every startup right now is into fintech or health tech. But the main one's basically fintech. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at Klarna, look at Monzo. Like all these little startups that are coming up right now are all in the financial space. Fintech, do you know what I'm saying? So exactly. Klarna. Square. The whole point being that there's going to be a lot of competition for PayPal. Because it's such
barriers to entry are low.
Mad low, bro. Like it's so easy to get into that space. The barriers to entry are too low, and that poses a risk. Any competition, you know me, I'm the guy that always talks about competition, and any competition is always gonna be a risk. Do you understand? Anyone could come and blow. Take out PayPal.
Right now, we're going through a pandemic. PayPal said, you can pay in full installments, and you're not gonna get charged any interest. If now a competitor comes into the market and says, you can pay in 6. Where are you going?
I'm going to the competitor.
You're going to the competitor. So,
of course.
Like the barriers to entry are so low that, and these firms apart from Square, a lot of them are not thinking ahead a lot of them are reactive rather than proactive.
Wow. Yeah, that's real.
And that's how I feel like PayPal is. They only offered this buy now pay later service because
someone else
somebody else.
Klarna, I think.
Klarna,
yeah, that's risky. Okay, cool. Now, what's the third con?
So they're trying to do what? This is a risk, but they're trying to break into the Chinese market. But when you look at Alibaba and Tencent, they dominate that market. Like anyone that knows who Alibaba and Tencent are, just think of Amazon.
But
in China, they're on that level. They own so many. Those two companies own so many things, and they got their own digital payment service. However, PayPal have recently bought a company called GoPay. They bought GoPay in the hope that they can break into the Chinese market. So GoPay is a Chinese company. They're thinking rather than starting from scratch, building their name up in China, we buy a company out of China and we try and break into that market. The problem is, Tencent and Alibaba own 94% of the market.
That's nuts.
So how the hell are you going to break into that market?
Only the PayPal CEO knows that. Or does he?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very, very difficult market. It's a very big market. China's a massive market, and if they can get in there, that's a lot of money, a lot of revenue. Do you understand? But it's going to be so difficult.
It's going to be difficult. What they're trying to do here is, rather than focusing on Chinese residents using their platform, they're trying to get us as foreigners to use Chinese websites but use PayPal. But
on
the Chinese website.
Okay.
The problem is when you go on sites like, let's say Alibaba, we've already said Alibaba have their own digital payment system. So if they've got their own version of PayPal, why are they going to accept PayPal on their platform?
They wouldn't, bro.
Like when you go on Chinese websites, for us outside of China, there's only a few that we go on. And they've already got their payment system, so they're not going to implement PayPal. That's their competitor.
Yeah, it's a myth for PayPal.
it's a myth.
In that market,
for me, it's a myth, innit?
Okay. So now, the growth strategy, right? PayPal's growth strategy is to become your one-stop shop for all things financial, right? They want to offer your credit, they want to help you buy things online, they want to help you send money to your mates, literally everything. PayPal wants to be that one supplier. And even now, they're trying to push into the crypto space, as we mentioned before. So I think if crypto grows and PayPal really attacks that space, then, you know what I'm saying, PayPal as a whole grows. So that is essentially their growth strategy.
So what would be your rating for this stock?
Right, so after all the pros and cons, I kind of believe in PayPal a lot.
Do you own PayPal stock?
Yeah, I literally own PayPal stock, and I'm ready to give it a 4 out of 5. For me personally, do you understand? And that's based on the fact that they're just such a big name, man. I don't see my money getting lost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they're actually pushing forward as well. You know. What about you?
Yeah, for me, I own PayPal stock. I bought more last week, and the reason I bought more is because in every crisis there's an opportunity. Obviously, people are saying the markets are bleeding right now. For me, rating 4 out of 5.
Sick. All right.
So before we go, we just want to let you know we're not financial advisors.
Nope.
Never we financial analysts.
Nope.
Take everything we say with a pinch of salt,
Maggie,
paprika,
anything in the kitchen.
that's it.